We're continuing in the comedic romance novel, Charming After 5, Chapter 3. A full hour has passed, and Jonathan is fuming. He figures Quinn has pulled the old waited-out game on him to cause him to become irritated and impatient with his assistant, and possibly in hopes that they would get off on the wrong foot. My first day is all but lost. I really wanted to dig right in. He frets as he paces across the office floor. Then a bubbling young woman finally comes in and introduces herself. Good morning, Mr. Walters. I'm your new assistant. No, that's not right. You're the new one here at Westin Mutual, right? I'm your first assistant. Stacy, or Babs, Miss Babs, even Miss Stacy. I pretty much will answer to anything, really. Her voice has such a high pitch to it that Jonathan is certain he will never get used to it. He sighs and stares at her blankly. But then he realizes that he doesn't want to appear like Quinn Herald, intimidating and unapproachable, so he smiles. Good morning, Miss Babs. In another effort to be more approachable, Jonathan steps forward and offers his hand. They shake hands heartily, like they've made a terrific deal on a car or something. Jonathan feels uncomfortable, though, and has to pull her hand off his with his other hand, and she giggles. Good firm grip you have there, Stacy Babs. I am Jonathan Walters. You can just call me John or Jonathan. I'll answer to either. So, do you like your new office? Well, that's silly. It's not a new office. It's always been here. You are just new to this office. She takes a breath, a very sharp breath, and continues her long-winded greeting. Everyone is so jealous, you know. Private office, all that. Woo-woo. I say good for you, though. Jonathan holds up his hand and puts his finger to his mouth and then to his temples, and Stacy clams up. I'm sorry, I just feel a headache coming on. He sits down in his chair. It squeaks, which set his teeth on edge. He wonders if his boss has personally picked out that chair for him. After a moment, he speaks. Well, to answer your very questions, yes, I do like my office. I like that it's out of the way. I like that it's small and cozy. It's all positives here. That it is. She looks around trying to find something else to be chipper about in that drab office. New job, new office, new assistant. Yes, yes, and yes. He again smiles. Then the happy girl he has just met does an about face and turns into a pleading mess. I really need this job, Mr. Walters. I don't want to just be known as the former assistant, the number one assistant. Not again. Former? Again? Jonathan is confused. Stacy says, yes. So Jonathan questions her further. You mean first assistants are typical and temporary? She explains. Exactly. Assistant number 2 comes in on the heels of my dismissal. He corrects her. You mean your transfer? Oh, how I wish. He doesn't really understand. Not a transfer then? No, I have been first assistant to 2 others, and I fear that this is my last chance. I've been pretty much told that, and that's what's gone around in the past. You get 3 chances, 3 assistants. That's how it's done. And I'm on my 3rd chance as an assistant, so Stacy looks like she will cry at any second. Jonathan has a lot of questions about all that and what he has just walked into. That's a lot of pressure for both of us. I know, right? Tell me, is she always this way? Difficult? Jonathan inquires further. Cold as ice? Miss Herald is always difficult. Cold as ice? I don't know. I never touched her to find out. Jonathan smiles, thinking she's making a joke, but realizes she's probably very serious. His voice goes very low. There is one thing about her, though. Stacy mouths the word. He can't hear her. His voice goes very low again. Tell me, what did you just say? Psycho. She's weird, and it makes us think she's kind of insane. Jonathan smiles at her. Seriously? Can there be such a thing as kind of insane? I I'm dead serious. Well, obviously, I am still alive, but you understand what I mean, right? He asked again, so, just what is this weird thing? Stacy starts to explain. On random days during the month, we are treated like slaves. Jonathan took a guess. Oh, no. Jonathan corrects his thoughts. Oh, like real people then. Yes, you catch on so quickly. That will be a definite plus for us. A few months here, and most accounting supervisors are then, Jonathan guesses again, fired. Right again. Wow, you're good. He stops. Wait. So that's what she meant when she told me I would go through 3 assistants? Now it's becoming even more clear. Stacy is now the one to be confused. She who? Miss Herald. Wait, what? No. Yes, indeed. My new boss informed me that most accounting supervisors don't last past 3 months or 6 months at most. Jonathan indulges that information from their private office interaction. Well, what do you know? How about that? She must like you. She has never told any other accountant that. Not straight up. Not at first. Not like that. Stacy is impressed. I'm beginning to think she's not going to be an easy boss to work for after all, Jonathan admits. Oh my, no. Do not ever refer to her as a boss or the boss, Stacy warns. I know. She is the accounting vice president. Oh, she told you that too? Stacy is more and more dumbfounded. No, Darla told. Jonathan tries to explain. Wow, you're good. You're really good. You could get blood out of an onion or whatever that is. Stacy is pondering all the new information. Jonathan wants to get the whole truth out of Stacy Babes while she's still so talkative. Since assistants don't appear to stick around long either, he knows her availability could change on a dime, and he doesn't intend for it to be on his dime. So, you didn't actually tell me what it is or when. She is absolutely impossible. Stacy explains. Impossible. Oh, you're misunderstanding me entirely. She is absolutely wonderful on a few random days of the month. Seriously. Seriously. We all mark it down on our calendars when she's going to be nice. We place bets on which days during the month she will be We place bets on which days during the next month she will be nice again. It's like heaven on earth here at work those unknown few days. You bet on her? Well, it's more fun that way, you know. Stacy smiles. May I get in on some of that action? Sure thing. I collect all the money and I hold all the bets. She giggles. You do? Yeah, I've been given the honorary title of Mother Teresa of the 5th floor. They all see me as the honest one. Well, that's good to know. I think it's because I pray at the lunchroom. Stacy had admitted that innocently. Jonathan sighs. So, a few times a month she is pleasant. Yes, very. He smiles. I could go for that. And if we ever come back from being sick and find we have missed one of those days, boy, that sucks because we've got to wait a whole nother month. You are serious. You're not putting me on. He persists. So tell me more. Would Mother Teresa lie to you? Her face is so serious, Jonathan knows she's not joking. God forbid, he laughs at his little jest. She leans in as if to tell him a secret. We even have nicknames for her 2 personalities. On her lovely, friendly, gift-giving days, we call her Caramel Quinn, because she always comes in early and puts a bowl of caramel candy in the break room. And the majority of the month, she is Cranky Quinn. My next bet is that she will be Caramel Quinn come this Wednesday. He reaches in his pocket and pulls out his last $20 bill. Put me down too. I'll pick Friday if it's not taken. What are the odds? The odds are we'll be smiling in 2 days. A win-win. They laugh at each other and at the situation they're in. Stacy leans on the smaller desk where Jonathan decides to try out the other office chair. He leans forward some. Stacy continues. So, back to my explanation. There's talk around the office that Minnie thinks she takes a pill during these days. Or maybe doesn't take a pill of something. I think she does take something just to see what it's like to be a normal functioning person. But for some reason, she refuses to take it on all the other days because, well, I haven't figured that out yet. Jonathan again asks, she likes being cold as ice? No, I don't think that's it. But what can it be? Stacy is obviously completely confused by the boss's behavior. And her behavioral mood changes. I don't know, but I'm beginning to think that 3 months might seem like an eternity here, Jonathan states flatly. Minus those occasionally Carmel Quinn days, Stacy laughs and slaps his arm. Yeah, right. He flinches but laughs along with her. I can tell we are going to get along just fine, Stacy Babes. Her smile fades. She looks away. Jonathan notices she wants to say something else. Hey, are you okay? Stacy stalls. It's, maybe I shouldn't say, sir. What? No, wait, please. There seems to be an epidemic of unfinished sentences around here. Stacy walks over and closes the door. She starts to talk. Her voice is very low. If you haven't suspected it already, it's all just a front. Like me, for instance. Like you? Yes, I don't belong here. Not in here. Not as your assistant. I never took business courses or accounting. I'm just a glorified receptionist. Ta-da! That's me. She wants you to fail, and I'm worried about both our jobs right now. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. If this ever would get back to her, sir. She continues then. Let me fill you in on her motives, so you know what you're dealing with here. You are a threat to her because you are, let me guess, a man. Boy, you are darn good. Stacy is all complimentary. Well, thank you. I don't like to repeat office gossip, but it is the thought that Quinn Herald doesn't like men at all. You mean she prefers women? No, I meant she doesn't like men in the workplace. But come to think of it, she doesn't seem to have any relationship of any kind, ever. Jonathan leans up and crosses his arms on the bare desk. Okay, I'm starting to get the picture, I think. Let's hear some more details. Okay, she's gotten rid of 2 male accountants that I work for, and then I heard there were 2 before I was transferred to this floor. So this is a serious pattern that Harold has. That's what I thought. So, just out of curiosity, who out here is her number 2 pick? Not that I'm considering a number 2 assistant, mind you. Lauren Reynolds. She's, well, kind of... Stacy blushes. Go on. Jonathan insists that she answers. Let's just say she'll keep your temperature up. Suggestive talk and clothes or the lack thereof. If my ineptness doesn't get to you, then her hormones are sure to. It's a lose-lose situation for you. Stacy shakes her head. And assistant number 3? You don't even want to know, Jonathan. She cries all the time. She's in the middle of menopause, we think. Everything's really a big deal. She's such a mess. When you fail, it won't be because of you, I can assure you. It will be all those little stumbling blocks that Miss Herald has put in your way. I see. So, this Quinn has stacked the deck against me and others from the get-go. Yep, from the get-go. She said she had everything handled. I just didn't realize exactly what that meant. Jonathan observed. She's one busy boss. Does she have time to do anything else but fire people? Not sure what else she does besides putting fear in all of us on this floor. Stacy sighs. He turns to her with a question mark on his face. So tell me one other thing, Babs. Did you share any of this information with the other two accounting supervisors? No, sir. You are the first. I don't know why. I just felt I needed to tell you. And actually, I've really only figured out her plot recently. So what's up? Are we waiting on Miss Herald's instructions? Was it her decision to make me wait all morning in here for you? Okay, here's the deal. She'll put you off for as long as you are willing to just lounge in here. She will throw off any attempt that you try to make a system of any sort, and will even give you the wrong paperwork initially. Look carefully, because it could be from last year even. Oh, it will never come out that it's her fault. It never does. No one ever talks back to her or goes over her head. Seriously, Stacy continues. Seriously. She is a tyrant, and if she wants you out, then she will make a way to get you out. It's her little power game. So let's talk logistics about her game plan. What is it exactly? I need to know all of it so I can be one step ahead of her all the time. That's going to be my plan. Well, that will be difficult, sir, because she will put you off when you request work. She's insisting on micromanaging everything. Sometimes she'll give us a special assignment with a deadline that's impossible to meet, and so we lose at that. You'll have to scramble, and she will hope that will cause you to make mistakes, and then it's just your word against hers. So I'm guessing all of the other accounting supervisors blame the assistants to save face, and that's why after 3 assistants, they assumed then it had to be the accountant's fault. Jonathan presumes all this, but he figures he's pretty right on. The old he said, she said trick. Exactly. And she's not above lying, is she? Stacy agrees. Right. Trust me. You may be good, but she's really good. It will be your entire fault. She'll make sure of it. There'll be no excuses to fall back on. I see. She states firmly. Things usually go down pretty quickly, and they go downhill after a couple of deadlines that have come and gone, and the top brass doesn't get the information they're needing. Their meetings are so important, you know. Jonathan confirms his suspicions. I gotta hand it to her. She seems to be very, very clever. Chapter 4. Later that day, after Jonathan and Stacy get back from lunch, they see they are the focus of the office's attention. People seem to find reasons to pass in the hall outside of Jonathan's office, even though it's at the end of the hallway. Well, Stacy Babes, how much do you know of accounting procedures? I've picked up very little, sir. You're looking at the first assistant right here, 2 times over. And not much paperwork was passed our way. Babs, would you like some training after ours? I'm willing to try, she smiles. Let's just plan on winning this one. What do you say? Jonathan looks over at the very small desk pushed in the corner. On it sits an old calculator. He questions. Let's start here. How much do you know how to use a calculator? Stacy admits, I have used one on my phone to balance my checking account, but not an actual machine like this. Jonathan reassures her, well, you're about to get your first lesson on that 10 key. I like you, Stacy Babes, glorified receptionist. I can do a lot with a blank slate. I promise. Stacy looks hurt. Was that meant to be an insult? He insists. Not an insult intended, not at all. I do have a brain, you know. I'm just not too good with numbers. And she has admitted the ultimate failure. Blank slate means I simply can train you from the ground up. That's all I meant, Stacy. Stacy changes the subject. You like math, right? I mean, you've had to, because you work with numbers so much being an accountant. Jonathan stretches out in his chair. It's kind of a given, you know. Man, it's good to be back to work, but I do feel rusty. I could take an online course, I suppose. I'll pray about that. Huh? Well, you're going to just pray about bettering yourself? Stacy offers. Yeah, I pray about a lot of things, she admits. Jonathan lets the subject go without commenting. He doesn't want to get into a religious discussion and is anxious to get started on some actual accounting work. I think we should start your training, though. Shall we begin with a basic lesson? Sure thing. So you said we'll start on that thing over there? She points to the calculator. Yes, let's start with running through some numbers. Here, just run down through this list of numbers in non-sequential order. This will help you learn where the digits are, and after practicing, you'll become faster. Like this, Stacy looks back and forth between her list at the machine. Jonathan instructs her. No, don't look at the calculator, just look at the list of numbers. Stacy looks worried. What? Oh, this could be difficult. Jonathan shows her how. Watch, it does get easier. She remarks, this is kind of fun. It's like winning at a game. He declares, once you master this machine, we will move on to the accounting software. After they have been working for a while, Jonathan interjects. I have an idea. First thing tomorrow, I want you to go across the street and get an Americano with 2 extra shots of espresso, 3 sugars, and 3 creamers. Then bring it to me. I'm going to take it into Miss Herald myself. Okay. Interesting. I guess this is your plan to get on her good side if we butter her up with gifts? Carmela Quinn days may come around more often, you think? Stacy almost gets excited. Later in the day, Jonathan looks up and finds the clock on his gray wall. It's 5:30. Technically, it's after quitting time. He and Stacy have been working on her training since lunch. Jonathan wonders, all right, so what will be our protocol here? Do I dismiss you? We are already past quitting time. I usually do leave at 5. That last half an hour really got away from me, though. He offers, yeah, you get out of here and have a good evening. I'll straighten up this mess. Stacy gathers her things and waves as she goes out the door. See you in the morning, sir, and I'll grab that coffee. That will be great. See you tomorrow. Jonathan Sixbet closes his eyes and thinks over the day. All he can see is red. He starts to feel a headache coming on. It's time to leave. He straightens up, grabs his coat, and heads out, noticing Quinn's blinds are closed, but her light is still on. He has a specific destination in mind, a restaurant he noticed that morning not far down the block called Joey's Bistro. He quickly crosses the street in front of the office. He spies the restaurant and heads over there, thinking he will just get a drink to take the edge off his stressful first day. Entering through the wooden doors, he sees the back of a redhead. For a split second, he thinks that it could be his boss. Jonathan sighs and takes a step back out of the establishment, but not before he notices the redhead is enjoying herself and laughing with friends. Crouching oddly around a huge flower planter by the window, he peeks inside. She is in there all right. She's happy and looks to be even more beautiful with that smile on her face that he hadn't yet seen before just then. Those around her seem to be thoroughly enjoying her company as well. Jonathan doesn't know what to make of her. One thing is certain, he has been struck by her beauty twice that day and feels it may just be a fatal blow. Now seeing his new boss after work, her change in countenance has him intrigued about her even more. We're going to stop right here with the comedic romance novel, Charming After 5, and we'll continue with Chapter 5 in the next audio reading.